Three.
Welcome, guys, to the Axios Fux podcast. Vasily, what episode are we on?
38. Number 38.
38. Wow.
That's been fact checked. That's fact checked. I looked at it before we started this call.
Perfect. So,
I already know, I know what I want to talk about. I know what I
Let's do
want to talk about. So, currently, so sorry, guys, if it's the noise is a little off. I'm at a Starbucks in the middle of, I don't really know what town in the North Shore. And I want to talk about Christian, kind of our conversation we had before I got here, where it's like things are noticeably more difficult.
Big time.
Big time. Like literally, like imagine like.
Do you mean in real estate?
Everything. I think everything is more difficult. Everything is.
Okay, give us some examples. What are you talking about?
So if you're in real estate, let's say for example, the clients approved for X dollars last month because of, based off the rate, based off the DTI, debt to income, and then this month you find a property for them. You go to the bank and say, hey, give me this amount of money. You gave me this option last month. And the bank says, no, we can't, unfortunately, because the rates have been raised. And the prices are still the same as they were last month. So what you're seeing today is you have these properties are still priced at what they were last month, but but that rate is just higher. So you're getting priced out. Getting priced out. So that just makes it more difficult for everyone. So if you're working with a lot of clients showing properties, you could just waste so much time and not know.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. And the same goes for listings too, because if you list a property and the seller wants their price and it's not going to work, but they won't let you lower it, they want to try it out, you could be wasting everyone's time. And that's happening to one of my listings in Florida. We just put it on way too high and it's sitting exactly what I predicted. There's going to take a lot more effort to get even worse results. It's going to take more effort. You're not going to get the best results, and you're going to have to stick in there. And I think this is where a lot of realtors are going to be made, or they're going to break. If you had never had to generate your own business, I think that's what it comes down to. If you've always been reliant on yourself to get business, there's nothing that changes because you've always had to go out and hunt. You're going to have to go out and hunt. Now it's just a famine, so you're going to have to hunt a little more.
You know what I say to those people, Christian?
What?
I say make sure to open up as many credit cards as you possibly can right now. Open up as many credit cards as you possibly can. Just because when things get really tough, you're not going to be able to open those things up. The banks are going to let you use their money anymore. So you're going to.
Yeah, they still can do that. Like I've had in the past where they can lower your limit too.
Yeah. So make sure you guys are prepared. If you're someone who can't generate your own business and can't really think for themselves and how to make business happen, then make sure you open up like an Amex card.
I mean, what is opening up a credit card going to do for their business though?
No, I'm just saying to even be able to allow them to
food.
That's what I'm saying.
No, just buy a lot of eggs and bread. Yeah, just open up the credit card, buy a bunch of eggs and bread because you're going to need it
back, and just don't pay the credit card back. Kidding. I'm totally joking. Shouldn't do any of those things.
Canned foods. Something non-perishable.
So, but I think it's serious. Like it's actually serious. Like for someone who can't, like even for someone like me.
And I think, I think for some people, I've talked to people like very recently and in other industries or different things. And it's the same for the real estate industry. For some people, this is going to be the best time.
Yeah.
This will not feel like a recession. This will feel like progression,
Yeah.
because they're going to be buying up properties, fixing up properties, building equity. This is where their net worth is going to be building instead of them going famine. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they've been like, dude, it's crazy. It's supposed to be a recession. I'm making more money than I ever have. And, you have to decide which
Why,
side are you going to be on. What?
the reason why is market share. The market share. So like some people are going to, so the people who are getting business without any prospect or without any effort, let's just say, which did happen, those people are going to be kicked out of the market from people who are really going after business. The market share is going to be easily overtaken. So let's say you took up 10% during the pandemic. Now 90% of the agents are no longer, going on offense. They're more defense. So you have 90% of market share you could take over. Maybe you end up at the end of the recession or whatever it may be with another 40% of market share. So when things are good, you're going to make even more money. But if you can figure a way now, I think, to do well, it's going to translate to so much in the next, let's say, 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, we have mentees right now. We both do. And think about what they're thinking. I don't know. I don't know if the extent of what is happening has really hit them yet, because they think that this is just a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so new people may just be like, this is just a learning curve. This is part of the business. And in reality, like they might be like, hey, my property's on for 60 days. Like, this is probably just what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Or, my buyers, like, they no longer can afford their loan because the rates went up. This is probably happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, unless you can maneuver through that, I think it's, and also I think right now, I think Grant, he talks about it. He talks about having symbiotic flows. So what is something that you can do that's not going to take you out of your business, but could be another flow? For example, I make about maybe anywhere from 6 to 12,000 in a year just on revenue share. So that alone can help somebody tremendously if they're, maybe they do have a part-time job and they're short on $200-300 a month and they need some other income. Hey, maybe you go start talking to other agents on the weekend at open houses. Now you're at an open house, you're seeing how it's run, you're talking to the agent, you're now able to bring them on to EXP or whatever you're doing. Like, you got to find symbiotic flows. I mean, we both do that. We both have a real estate course. I now use my real estate course as a little bit of, hey, you join my team and you're getting this as an incentive at like, who knows what it could be valued at, but based on if you can close a $10,000 deal based on the information there, would it be worth 10,000? If you can make $100,000 based on the information in there, what is that worth to you? So, getting those symbiotic flows, I think, is going to be big during this time too. Like, those are assets, right? So when you bring somebody on, that's an asset. When you have a list of clients that you can farm to, that's an asset because that can produce money for you. Or if you have a book that you write, that's an asset because now you can sell the book. Like, I know Grant did that during the last recession. He used a book, he sold the book, and that was his kind of prospecting tool to get their business in other ways. And then he turned it into a sales course. And then now it's Carter and you. And now that sales course, he now sells, hey, take the money you use in sales and invest it into real estate so that you can continue this and you have something generating income for you while you're working.
Your entire yearly salary Grant has made it where you can put it in so many different things.
Mhm.
Your entire yearly salary. You don't have to invest in anything else besides this stuff. But I think that's what it is. We'll wrap it up with like the final, point where it's like comes the next, let's say, 6 months, a year, maybe even longer, like you got to really buckle down on what works and get rid of what
Definitely.
doesn't work and not waste your time. But also, you shouldn't be in fear. I don't believe the whole fear factor. It's
No,
more
I don't
the
either.
confront. It's more the confront. Know it's going to be difficult, and tell yourself that, and just, it's not lying. It's not lying.
Yeah, I think being able to be disciplined on a day-to-day basis, but also staying enthusiastic about the work. I
Yeah.
think doing those things is going to be crucial because you're going to have to stay disciplined. But you're also going to have to stay enthusiastic about what you're doing. And
Mhm.
I think if people can do that, they'll have no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. We'll end
Once
it
you
there.
lose the enthusiasm, you stop thinking of ways how to build. You
There's
know?
no creativity. Yeah, all the creativity is taken out of it, and now
Yeah.
it's just mundane. It's become mundane.
Right.
Well, cool. Okay,
Okay, so
Christian. Well, number 38. I appreciate you guys listening, and I'll talk to you later.
awesome. Okay,
See you
so peace out.
later.